Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and we're going to unbox and take a first look at the Lumia 928 from Nokia. This is on Verizon, and it comes in at $99 with a 2-year contract. Let's go ahead and open it up here. And this is a little bit different than the Lumia 920 in that it's got a little bit different shape to it, and we'll look at that a little bit more in just a moment. Let's see what comes in the box here. So we've got the normal documentation, the Start Here guide, and the warranty information. We get a USB charger, and here we have the USB on the side here. We get a micro USB cable, just your typical micro USB, and it looks like that's about it. So it's a pretty good phone for the entry-level price, pretty much, of $99 with a contract. This is the phone itself. You can see this is the white version. And let's take this off the front here. Yep. And let's pull this back. And this is where the SIM card tray is. So you can see here's the SIM card. Pop it in. And there we go. We have this other piece here on the back as well. Let's take that off and take a closer look at the phone itself. Looks really nice, more squared off than the other Lumia. The other Lumia was more rounded, and it looks a little bit thinner. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate that it is thinner. Let's go ahead and power it on, and we'll see what all these buttons are, and we'll go over some of the specs. So it's turning on now. Before we go into the actual operating system, you can see it's booted up now. Let's go into the specs of the phone. It's got a little higher than 1280 or 720p rather. It's a 4.5-inch 768 by 1280 pixels with 332 pixels per inch. It's an AMOLED display, and we have on the front a 720p forward-facing video camera with a speaker. We have our microphone down here, our normal home, back, and search button. On this side, you can see we have the typical, just like the other Lumias, we have power button, volume, camera button. The back of the phone has an 8.7 megapixel camera that's really good in low light. Same camera that we find in the Lumia 920 that's mechanically stabilized. We have our flash here, a Xenon flash, which is a little bit of an upgrade from the other, the 920. We have a speaker back here, or a microphone rather, and a speaker down here. And then on this side, we don't have anything, and we don't have anything on the bottom, but on the top, we have our SIM card slot, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, another microphone, and then our micro USB port for charging and syncing. So let's turn it on here. And internally, it's actually pretty fast. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Plus processor, dual core 1.5 gigahertz with an Adreno 225 GPU and a gig of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. It's not upgradable, so let's open this up and get started. Accept the terms of use. We'll set it up as recommended. It's got the Eastern time there. I'll sign in with my Microsoft account. It's setting up the phone now, and you can see it's setting up. It went through a couple questions. Do I want to restore from an old device? Things like that, since I've used Windows Phone before, and I didn't want to restore, so I just set this up as a new phone. Now, this is a little more squared off, like I said, than the previous 920 or the Lumia 800 or 900 series. It feels pretty good in the hands, though, and feels a little bit thinner, at least, and definitely lighter. And I know spec-wise it is lighter than the 900. The phone's all set up. We'll hit Next. And we'll skip the setup wizard. The phone's all set up. It says connecting your phone to your network. Let's go back home. And it has haptic feedback. That means it vibrates when you touch the button here. And the screen looks really vibrant. Let's take a quick picture, see what it looks like. We'll allow location. Here I have my own iPhone 5. Let's take a picture. You can see I have a lot of glare shooting off of it, but let's see if we can get right in there. Try it again. And we're under some pretty bright light. It looks pretty good so far. Zoom in here. Yeah, picked up a lot of detail. So this should be a really nice camera, and we know it is from the 900, or the 920 rather. So I'll use this for a few days. I'd love to hear any questions or comments you have about Windows Phone 8, maybe something you want to learn how to do on this, or maybe you just have questions about the 920 in general. If you have any of those, please place those in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.